Can Jamaica's fastest 100-meter hurdler, Ackera Nugent, win the Grand Slam Track Championship once again in Philadelphia? Can she collect another $100,000 check? Welcome to day one of the Grand Slam Track Philadelphia Roundup. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, are you ready? Yep, good to go. Well, Grand Slam Track Philly is on the way, and day one was exciting, and it looks as if we have another Jamaican who just might walk away with the championship. Another Jamaican becoming Grand Slam Track champion once again in Philly. It just looks that way. I'm leaning towards that, but I'm not going to say it's going to happen as yet. So I thought this was a good showing for Jamaica. It was a great day for track and field, and once again, as far as I'm concerned, Grand Slam Track delivered in droves. Let's get into it. In the women's 400-meter hurdles, two Jamaicans, of course, were there to rep for the island. One was the twice World Championships bronze medalist in the women's 400-meter hurdles. We're talking about none other than Rochelle Clayton. If you don't remember, in 2019, she won the bronze medal in that event. And in 2023, she repeated, winning the bronze medal once again. Now, alongside Jamaica's Rochelle Clayton, there was also Anjanette Knight. Now, the person I thought they had to look out for was, of course, the Paris Olympic Games silver medalist and a channel favorite here, Anna Cockrell of the United States. And it kind of went down the way I thought it would. But this was an exciting race. Anna Cockrell, who's making her debut appearance at the Grand Slam Track, won this one in a time of 54.04 seconds ahead of Jasmine Jones, also of the United States, who ran 54.65 to take second. Jamaica's Anjanette Knight took third in 54.46, with Dahlia Muhammad of the United States taking fourth in 54.88, and Rochelle Clayton took fifth in 55.14 seconds. Well, it's obvious to me that the women's 400-meter hurdles is going to be fire this year. Fem Cabal is looking good. Sydney McLaughlin, you know, she's a machine. She's always on point. Cockrell is looking good. Anjanette Knight is looking really good. And I believe you cannot count out Rochelle Clayton ever, as well as Jamaica's Shine Salmon. This is going to be an exciting World Championships in women's 400 meters hurdles.
Introducing Peter Lloyd World merchandise, where style meets comfort. From trendy tees to cozy hoodies, we've got something for everyone. Elevate your wardrobe with our high-quality, fashionable designs that make a statement. Whether you're hitting the streets or chilling at home, Peter Lloyd World has you covered. Shop now and upgrade your look with Peter Lloyd World merchandise. Available exclusively at Peter Lloyd World. Link in description below.
Brian Lavelle repped for Jamaica in the men's 200 meters, and of course the man to beat would have to be Kung Fu Kenny Benerick. Benerick looked even more dominant in this one, winning in a time of 19.95. Not his fastest thus far, but it was kind of windy. Zarnell Hughes, who works out here in Jamaica, ran 20.50 to take second, with Aaron Brown of Canada taking a third in 20.50. De Grasse of Canada came fourth with 20.58, and Jamaica's Brian Lavelle ran fifth with a time of 20.63 seconds. So Benerick looks once again as if he could become the Grand Slam Track champion in this event. Hughes took second with 8 points, Benerick first with 12, Brown came third at 6 points, De Grasse 5 points, and Jamaica's Lavelle collected 4 points, Coleman 3.
Hey, anybody, like I said, Noah can show up, Aaron can show up, Tobogo can show up. I mean, like I said, I mentioned that they can come here. The invitation has been sent. It's whether they want to do it or not. I mean, obviously, it's a long season, so their coach or them have different plans, but it would be nice to see one of them there.
So you got the
Kenny Benwick sounds really confident, people. He's been running pretty consistently this season. Now, Melissa Jefferson shock all me, people. She surprised me, not lie, because she beat Gabby Thomas in the women's 200 meters. And I think she beat her in a decisive manner. Yes, Gabby Thomas was coming on towards the end, but me never expect Melissa Jefferson to beat her. And I lied to her. Okay, I'm getting into the Jamaican. I did not anticipate Melissa Jefferson beating Gabby Thomas, the Paris Olympic Games women's gold medalist in the 200 meter event, in such a decisive manner. Melissa Jefferson took the win here in 21.99, a new personal best if my memory serves me correctly. Gabby Thomas took second in 22.10 and Tamara Davis took third in 22.59. Channel favorite Dina Asher-Smith came fourth in 22.65. No, there were no Jamaicans in this one, but you know I love the sprint, so I had to feature it.
Melissa Jefferson Wooden. I want to take us back to Kingston real quick. When we spoke, you told me this is a different Melissa that we're seeing this season. You absolutely dominated out there, personal best. What did we just witness?
You witness Melissa realizing how great she can be. Especially when it comes to the 200, I always try to shy away from the potential that I have. At first, it was more so of a thing of like, I'm scared of the 200 meter pain being me primarily being a 100 meter runner. But now it's just about, much respect to the other women that I compete against. This is their thing. But it's just like, I really don't know the potential or how high my ceiling is in this event. And so now I'm starting to embrace that, and I'm embracing it because I know that with me getting better in the 200, my 100 time is going to be there. So I'm just excited. I'm happy that it's coming together. I'm happy that I'm learning to trust myself, trust my abilities. And, I have the people around me who pushes me day in and day out, my coaches, my training partners, my family. Like, they are literally my rock. And without them, I would not be here right now.
Repping for the island in the men's 400 meters hurdles was none other than Jamaica's Assini Wilson. Of course, it was Dos Santos who once again took the win here, as we would have anticipated. It was, of course, Dos Santos who won this one in a time of 48.11, with Jamaica's Assini Wilson taking sixth in this one in a time of 49.68 seconds. This is kind of becoming Dos Santos' league, so to speak. He's one of the more dominant persons here. I believe he has won the last, in fact, I'm pretty certain he has won the last two in rather dominant forms. And it looks as if he will become champion again once more here in Philly. There are not many people on earth who can beat Dos Santos in the men's 400 meters hurdles. Repping for Jamaica in the men's 400 meters is none other than Javon Powell. But of course, the win was the Great Britain's Matthew Hudson Smith walked away with the win in this one. Kind of reminds me of She Sells Seashells by the Seashore. Anyway, it was, of course, as I said, Matthew Hudson Smith of Great Britain who walked away with the win here in the time of 44.51, with Jamaica's Javon Powell taking seventh here, running 46.08.
The Brit has forged his way back to the front as they come into the home straight. This is good for Matt Hudson Smith, looking really strong. Others finishing quickly as well. McRae is right there, but look at Matt Hudson Smith. This is sensational from him. 44.49. Solid. Didn't panic. Richards went really hard through that first 200 meters as though he wanted to upset everybody else. Other stuff.
I have to admit that was really exciting to watch. Now, one of the races I was personally looking forward to see was to see Jamaica's Nikisha Price repping in the women's 400 meters. I wanted to see how she would stack up against Nazaire as well as Paulino. And she again, it's a long season, people. We're going to talk about that towards the end of the video. It's a long season, and I believe, you want to know that I'm a huge Nikisha Price fan. I believe this girl has the capacity to become world champion. I am 1,000% convinced. Even if she may not yet understand that, I see all the potential here. So I just wanted to see how she had improved, and improved she did from her last race in Grand Slam track. Ended up third in this one. Paulino walked away with the win. Nazaire initially took second, but somehow Nazaire she started out in one lane and ended up in another lane at the end of the race, so she was disqualified. So Nikisha Price was bumped up to second. So Paulino won this one in a time of 49.12, with Nikisha Price taking second in 50.04 seconds. Alexis Holmes took fourth in 51.02, and Whitaker of the USA took third in 50.16. We'll talk about Nikisha Price in a few. Now, there was one Grand Slam champion. This was from the women's 3,000 meters. This was Agnes Getich. And of course, then it was time for the race that I've been looking forward to, and I think all of you have been looking forward to. For years, I've been saying that perhaps the most exciting race in track and field today is the women's 100 meters hurdles, simply because it is unpredictable. There's so much deep talent globally. It is almost impossible to know who is going to win on the day. And this year so far, we have seen some insane stuff. Grand Slam track, Miami. We saw a world-leading time run by Masai Russell, the defending Olympic champion in that event, women's 100 meters hurdles, where she ran an insane 12.17, with Tia Jones of the United States running 12.19. And in that same race, Jamaica's Ackera Nugent, huge channel favorite, to know that I like him, Pickney, ran 12.34. So this has been a crazy year thus far, and it's a long year and a long season to go. But Ackera Nugent looks as if she could become Grand Slam champion once again. Remember, she did this in Miami. Now, thus far in Grand Slam Championship, Jamaica has produced a Grand Slam champ every single one thus far. This is now Philadelphia we're talking about. So we had Daniel Williams in Jamaica, we had Ackera Nugent in Miami, and it could be Ackera Nugent once again if she ends up in the top 3 in the women's 100 meters, and I think she should. Now, also repping for Jamaica in the women's 100 meters hurdles was none other than twice world champion, the remarkable Daniel Williams, and the first Jamaican Grand Slam champ from Kingston, Jamaica. There is also Megan Tapper, another channel favorite, incredible athlete. And then Sydney McLaughlin, this was the big thing that people were talking about, stepped down from the 400 meters hurdles to win the 100 meters hurdles, and people thought she could have won, and I thought, no way, Jose, no way. There was no way she was going to win. I mean, I understood why the media leaned that way, but yeah, of course I wanted to see what she would do. But I mean, she'd have to be running some crazy times, people. But she still did great, and kudos to her for stepping down and doing this. It says a lot about who she is as an individual. And then, of course, there's a very exciting Tia Jones with that PB and the world's second fastest time thus far for 2025 of 12.19. So this was going to be a fire race, and it delivered. Ackera Nugent walked away with the win in 12.44, with Tia Jones of the United States taking second in 12.60. Megan Tapper took third in 12.66, with Tonae Marshall of the United States running 12.68 to take fourth. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone ran fifth with a time of 12.70. That is really impressive given what she did. And of course, Digita Kambunji came sixth with a time of 12.79. Daniel Williams was seventh in 12.84 seconds. Take a gander.
See her challenge herself, man. If I'm being honest, we know what she can do in the 4 hurdles. We've seen it for years. She's constantly racing the clock. I'd like to see her race people, and she did it. I think she has a desire to do that as well. You know, you got to be able to do things to keep the heat under.
So the point standing for this one, for the short hurdles, Nugent is first with 12 points, of course. Jones second with 8 points. Tapper third in the money again with 6 points. Marshall fourth with 5 points. McLaughlin-Levrone took fifth in with 4 points. Kambunji sixth, 3 points. Williams seventh, 2 points.
Ackera Nugent, and on the inside, Tia Jones. Ackera Nugent, and Ackera Nugent, 12:44.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Walk us through that race that you won just now.
Basically, I went in the race and I think I was like mostly focused on me. We're working on a lot of things in practice, and today all I was focused on is just executing what my coach told me to do, and that was just running the first 5 hurdles and just holding on.
Okay, so obviously your speed endurance is working out well for you, because if you're just concentrating on the 5 hurdles and you're able to maintain after and get the win, obviously that is working. What is it in terms of your preparation for the national trials? How is that coming?
I don't really know the plans that my coach have for me, but I'm just trusting each and every meet that I have to compete in and just getting my confidence going.
Ackera, you've been in this building before. You've run here before at the Penn Relays and know what this place can be like.
No, it's my first time.
I thought you ran in high school.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yes.
That was like 7 years ago.
I know it was a long time ago. Part of the point is that there's so much track history here.
Yeah.
And it means a lot to Jamaicans to run here. Now to run here as a pro. What's it like? How different is it?
It's very different. The crowd came out like they normally do at like Penn Relays. I really like the support and everything. The only thing I don't like is very cold, but it's a very nice track. Yeah.
Did you feel like the weather affected you in any way in terms of preparation and being out there?
No, I was just like, oh my God, Sydney's in my race, Sydney's in my race. She stepped there, she stepped down. So just because like I really idolized her, and honestly, I really wanted to come out my body to actually watch the race itself, but I couldn't do that. So it was just like I had to focus on what I can control, run the first 5 hurdles and just maintain.
Ackera, how does it feel for you as an elite hurdler to actually go up against other elite hurdlers each time you compete?
I've learned that every time every hurdlers are going to come out there, do the best that they can do, and they don't duck from nobody. As you can see, 12-1 like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks actually. So you know that we're capable, and it's a capable field. All I can do is just control what I can control.
Has this race and the last one, has it done anything to your confidence? Has it added anything to your confidence?
Yeah, I've never been short on confidence, but I feel like making the transition over to pro, it was a bit up and down and a bit rocky because it was a bit different for me. But now I'm understanding that all I have to do is like interact with the crowd and just control the little things.
Do you think you could do a PR tomorrow?
Well,
because I know you're faster than 100, right?
Let's see. The track is really good. The condition is very good. I don't practice the 100 meters because it would affect my hurdles, but let's see what we can do tomorrow.
How likely are we to see some of that tomorrow?
Talk it into existence. I believe in you. So running the 100 meters is going to help me to have an equality between both, because if I don't have, it's either I'm going to slow down in the hurdles or I'm going to run too fast, and it can be very scary.
What was that celebration like with that this shirt in your hand?
Oh my God, it's a favorite brand, and every meet that I go to, this guy always like get me jerseys like this, but I feel like this.
Now that interview with Ackera Nugent was courtesy of Shanzi Lifestyle, and the upcoming interview with Megan Tapper is also courtesy of Shanzi Lifestyle. Go check them out.
Obviously working on that because that's very important, but injuries and niggles have been trying to, hold me back these last couple weeks after the Miami Grand Slam. I've been just literally trying to be healthy. So it's about staying healthy, and then what comes after that is just brought up.
All right. Now, in terms of the national trials, it's a few weeks away.
Right.
What is your mindset and your preparation to date where that is concerned?
Daniel. Well, the national trials takes care of itself. You go one race at a time, you prepare for one race at a time. So when national trials comes, we deal with national trials. But obviously the point is to make the team, so we're working towards that.
All right, all the best. You're doing well, and just continue to take care of those niggles because you know that that is important.
Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. Look, people, Grand Slam track has been delivering. Philadelphia, no different. And we are happy to be able to give you this roundup of day 1. Ackera Nugent looks to me as if she could become the Grand Slam track champion. She has the fastest flat speed time there. And if she executes the way we saw her execute in the last one, remember she said in that interview she doesn't really run the 100 meters, and she explained why. Once she stays relaxed, I don't see why she won't become champion. And the fact is, if she's in that top 3, she's going to become a champion. The only person there who I think could tackle her in the 100 meters would have to be Danielle Williams, and Williams came, love Danielle, but she came 7th in hurdles. And Tapper is also surprisingly quick in 100 meters. Well, I think people think it's a Jamaican thing, we just can't run. Well, most of us, not me, but we think we can just run. But what I like about what I'm seeing with Ackera Nugent and hearing is the maturity. She went through a time they were clear that she was having self-doubt, which is natural. I mean, that's a part of the process. Peter Tosh said you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you start all over again. And it's one of the reasons why I just love this young lady. A real fighter. And I think Grand Slam track kind of helped to bring her back to the right mindset. She's sounding confident. Winning is an important thing, and collecting a lot of money also helps, because I suspect one of the frustrations she must have been having, like many other athletes, is doing all this running and you're not really seeing any paper money. So I think she could become the 3rd Jamaican, well, really the 2nd Jamaican, but the 3rd Jamaican Grand Slam champion. So I'm hoping to see that tomorrow, Sunday. Okay. Now, Megan Tapper. She said she's having some niggles, which sort of means that there's some slight injury issues, nothing too serious, so she's trying to manage them. I hope she's able to do that. Brian Neville. Solid, looks okay. Like I said, it's a very long season. I really don't want our athletes to be running any crazy times thus far. Nikisha Price. Yeah, I see her getting back into that form slowly. She has not yet hit the form that she ran in last year, but she's getting back there. Times are getting fast. And now Philly the conditions, it was cold, it was rainy, it was windy. So no spectacular times, but the manner in which athletes executed it looked good. I'm hoping to see Nikisha Price in that top 3 come World Championship. I think there's a huge possibility she can do this. Yes, Paulina is one heck of a hill to climb. Nazaire is one heck of a hill to climb, but I do believe that Nikisha Price has the capacity to be in that top 3. But it's still very early days yet, but I am liking what I'm seeing personally. Now, in terms of the sprints, Kenny Benerick. Boy, Benerick is the man pan fire, people. He's laying it out. He run hard. I am pretty sure that Noah, I'm pretty sure that Fred, I'm pretty sure that Jamaica'S Kishane, right now he's on fire. Someone might pointed out to me that he was about at this point last year, but I don't think that was correct. He wasn't running these times last year at this far out from the Paris Olympic Games. Olympic Games was a little closer. So I kind of think you're a little off about that. He looks to me about 6 weeks ahead in terms of his speed, 4 to 6 weeks. But he's confident. He looks really good. He looks dominant. Minister Jefferson, when I lie, people, that 200 meter performance surprised me. That surprised me, and she ran a sub 22. Melissa Jefferson really is a different Melissa Jefferson. I've been saying this since last year that I think she's potentially dangerous, and a couple of Americans said to me, no, she's of no consequence. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but clearly her headspace is different. Now, Jamaica did well here. We ended up with a silver, second place in the 400 meters. Nikisha Price, a win by Ackera Nugent in the women's 100 meters hurdles with Kiki. And of course, Megan Tapper took third in the women's 100 meters hurdles. So we're looking good. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think of the roundup, your thoughts on day 1. And don't forget to support the channel. Check out our merch store at printify.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button. Remember, you are royals, kings, and queens. Bless us.